Hi guys, it's Stephen from Glen Car Sales. Remember and give us a subscribe, follow the channel. Take it. Who's been sitting in there? Welcome back guys, Stephen from Glen Car Sales with the second part of our week 3 random candid car review. This week it's a double header. So we were out in the G20 320i M Sport, and Lee kindly teed me up with Greg Turner's E30 318IS, which we find ourselves in right now. And immediately there is tons of glass. I would just like to say a special thanks to Greg for lending me this lovely old car, which was supplied by Glen Car Sales of the summer of 2022, and since then, Greg, I've never seen him out it, put it that way. Obviously doesn't use it over the winter and stuff, but every car event, there it is, pride of place. Greg with the sunnies on, dog in the back. Good stuff. Anyway, let's see what it's like to drive. So, as I said, first of all, there's loads of glass, the waistline's really low, the steering wheel is enormous. I like talking about a steering wheel because I think it's such a big part of how the car feels. I remember having a Z3 2.8 and the steering wheel was like something out of a yacht. This kind of feels a bit similar, but let's not get hung up on the size of the steering wheel. The G20 that we were out in, beautifully crafted, had a fairly effective engine. It was linear in its power delivery, but not really encouraging in terms of, you know, letting the car rev out. It just done what it should do and really didn't deliver much else, and it certainly made next to no noise whatsoever. I loved the front end. I thought the front end was really alert, dead sharp. It rode really well, and the tech and stuff in the inside of these new 3 Series really has moved the game on. Rewind back to 1991 and we're in an E30, and the creature comforts are, we've got a tilt and slide sunroof which is electrically operated, we've got electric windows, we got back windows and pop outs, we've got ABS, no traction control, we have an unused cigarette lighter, not bad for 30 years old. But one of the things I used to love about E30s, you know, things pop into your mind. I used to love it when the check control panel was up here. You held the wee button in and you could check to see if you were ready to go. All the wee red dots. They moved it down here. What year did that happen? Was that the pre-LCI model? Like a sort of, I don't know, an F plate or something? Or no, I think that would have been an E. Let us know in the comments. I'd be keen to know. You had stuff like, you know, you could change the time, set a speed limiter. And I think it told you your range and the outside temperature, and I think that pretty much summed up the tech in these old cars. But what they are, bear in mind it's 30 years old, what they are now is just a fantastic Saturday, Sunday car. Go out a wee drive at 7/10. Don't expect huge amounts from it. I mean, I'm not really into old cars, if I'm perfectly honest. I always feel that they never live up to the hype. I drove an E30 M3 a few years back, a red one we had. It was bonkers expensive for what it was, and I just didn't see what the hype was about. I really didn't. The 318IS is a fraction of the cost. I'm not for a minute going to say it's an E30 M3. It doesn't have the big arches, it doesn't have the bespoke tailgate, roof line, and all the other bits and bobs. But I'm pretty sure the E30 M3 engine started out with a 318IS engine, then they put the individual throttle bodies and done all the M-Power goodness to it. But, I mean, these are probably about, I don't know, a quarter of the price. So that means you're not going to be as precious with it. You can take it out, you know, and use it fairly hard and not feel too guilty about it. So we're now up to temperature. Let's see how that 318IS engine sounds. Now this car does have a wee exhaust on it. You need it papping away in the background. Do that in a second, give it some revs. Sorry Greg. noise. Yeah, sorry guys, I was just enjoying the moment there. The gearbox is lovely, the clutch has got quite a bit of a throw on it, but it's no way unpleasant. Brakes feel really nice. Certainly gives you plenty of time to enjoy the noise. But I've said this loads of times, sometimes the sensation of speed is more satisfying than just the actual speed, especially when we live in a country that's hell-bent on everybody not speeding. You're talking to the guy that owns 2 Kai cars. They are the epitome of feel like you're going fast when in actual fact you definitely are. So anyway, we're down the country road here. Let's see what it's like when you kind of throw it about a wee bit. Greg, I will be gentle, I promise. Again, brakes are good. A lot of steering input required. Woohoo! Loads. I'm going to be, geez, oh. I remember doing a bit of track driving. They said it's okay to cross your hands. I think little piano hinged pedals, good for the heeling and towing. You need to put quite considerable effort in to not go very fast, but it's really, really enjoyable. Kick the old foot over, catch the accelerator just as you're sliding the next gear. Takes a wee minute. Oh yeah, bit of pushing and pulling, that's a tight corner. And we accelerate hard, second gear up the hill. The gear ratios feel nice and close together. I think that was a different gear ratio set for the 318 IS, livening up that wee 4-pot engine. It's really, really revvy actually. Flick down a gear, get her back in the power band. Synchros are perfect, no lazy synchros. Whoa, riding the bumps well. This is quite a rough area up here, so we'll be a wee bit kinder on it round here. It's about 25 degrees today and Greg has no AC in this, so if I'm looking a bit shiny it's because I'm sweating. Ooh, there's a car coming. Never had a car coming down this road before. Okay, I shall edit this bit out because I now need to reverse. It's like quite a long reverse as well. Still going. This is what I'm doing, test drive another day. I have to do it twice because the GoPro battery's on its phone, which is rather inconvenient. Hope this thing gives me a wave. You're welcome. Where were we? Yes. Riding the bumps really, really well. There's absolutely no clunking or banging coming from any of the corners. And this road's alright, but it's far from smooth. Because of its modest power, you really can kind of take liberties in it. I dare say if it had a wee bit more torque, you would be managing the rear end a wee bit more, but it's not got much power at all. It's more just about the noise and the revs and the gear changes and just enjoying it, rather than frightening yourself to bits, trying to manage, you know, the rear biased nature of a rear-wheel drive car, because I don't really think it's got enough power to break any traction, if I'm honest. It's amazing how... Yeah. This road's murder at this time of the day. Anyway, as Big Ronnie Trotter used to say, close calls don't count. Hi Greg, how you doing? Yeah, you want the good news or the bad news? Well, we'll have the good news. Your seatbelts work really well. That's an adaptation of the airbag joke. The airbags work really well, but we are without airbags as it's a 1991. So there we go, guys. That is, there's absolutely no comparison between an E30 and a G20, other than the badge and a couple of tiny design cues. They are poles apart. If you shut your eyes, you wouldn't even think you were in the same car. Just a bit of fun comparing the two, seeing just how far they've come. But when you've jumped 4 generations, what have we got? E30, E36, E46, E90, yeah, but 5 generations. There was never really going to be any comparisons really, but I've thoroughly enjoyed driving Greg's E30. It's a brilliant wee car, and it is definitely what you would coin as a usable classic, because it's quick enough to have good fun in, reliable enough to not need to take toolkits with you, and generally speaking, if you get a good one, they're not too bad for rust. So there we go. I really hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Sorry it was a bit muddled in the middle, but my GoPro batteries conked out, and then I had to actually go and do my real job, and I'm trying to squeeze this in between everything else. We had to finish off the video with a comparison video, and we'll see you in the next one. If you've liked the video, please give me a wee subscribe. If you haven't, tell me how we can improve it. If there's anything you'd like to ask, leave it in the comments. I always reply. It was like a wee bit of online chat about cars. Failing that, we'll see you next week.